Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly...
It's a 360 there.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings drugs are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped when supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. Go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. You both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the world
His words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You
focused.
need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me and lose my shoulder.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. You can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it. Emerson. Okay, sorry.
Alan, please, this way.
Hey, Turbo, what's up? How you doing? Happy Friday.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Alan Wake 2 is a masterpiece. Oh. How... That's good to hear. What are you playing it on? PC, Xbox? Wait, it would be Xbox, right? Or PS5? I forget if you have a PS5. This guy is... What's this guy doing?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I
Xbox
was
Series
doing.
S,
but
okay.
now I've been doing these
It's way
things.
more survival
A
horror
lot
than the
of them.
first.
The images just keep coming.
You should play
Dr.
Control. I
Hartman
think
likes
you'd
them.
like that game.
He has them in his
Yeah, I
office.
bought that game for my nephew, and he wasn't...
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much
I don't know if he
better.
liked it. I haven't
I
talked to him
think
since
I'm
I got it
getting
to him,
better.
but I heard good things about it. Someday I'll get around to it. I've only played 3 Remedy games. Max Payne, Max Payne 2, and this. But I didn't play the whole way through Max Payne 2.
Come,
How
Alan, this way.
How far are you in
You
Alan
might
Wake?
have noticed the typewriter in
Control
your
is like
room.
Max
You've
Payne,
been writing as a
Metroidvania.
part of the
Oh,
therapy. As soon as
okay.
you feel up to it, you should continue.
That's interesting. I like that. That's nice. Well, I think it's because of you I'm playing this, because I think you stopped in one time and said Alan Wake 2 was coming out. When I was playing another game. And I was playing it, I think Batman or something, and I had the 360 hooked up, and I remember you said Alan Wake 2, so I have Alan Wake, so I figured I'd play it. I'm enjoying this. I mean, this is pretty good so far, unless it really craps the bed, but it's pretty good. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, gotta say the... Oh, sorry, Max Payne, yes. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Yes. Yes, that's it. It's like saying, Flashback, The Quest for Identity. 6 hours in, nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Whenever I get an Xbox at the thrift store, maybe I'll pick it up. That won't be for another 15 years.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming.
Wait, those are the guys from the
What a
restaurant.
storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a... How should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of
guys
Viking
are cool.
gods. After the
Hey,
band broke
Ninja,
up, they lived
dang,
on a
he
farm
fell
nearby.
right after his
They
step.
are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid
What do you
that the
mean fell
rock and
right
roll
after his step?
lifestyle has left its mark.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, but I feel bad for those who skip
Oh,
Control
no.
because Alan Wake 2 has
I'm
a lot
so
of
sorry
stuff
to
from
cut this
Control in
short
it.
For now, Alan, the power has been acting up.
Ah.
I'd better go check on it.
So do
We'll
I ha-
continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return
I mean, you
to
can
your
still
room
play it
and
without
try
playing
to find
Control,
what
right? The
really
story
is
doesn't really
best.
matter. Does it?
Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
It matters.
Being crazy's a
I like these guys.
requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this. It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
It matters. Okay. Well, someday I'll get to control.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant, Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys.
Stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula.
So it's like a Marvel movie where you need the context of one film to know what's going on. Well, it's so the way it differs from a movie is you're actually playing the game, so you can enjoy a game without knowing its story. There's lots of games I play I have no idea what's going on, but I still enjoy playing them. In fact, most games with a story are like that. I don't know what's going on in this game, but I'm enjoying it. But a movie, all you got is to watch it and understand it.
They're only in your head. And they're
Doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Thank you, sir. Ninja, how are you? Hey, look, this guy has a 360 in his room on an SD TV. Hey, Annie. Good. Hello. How are you? You're playing horror again, yeah?
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't.
I am.
But I figured I should just
enjoying
play
this
along
game
for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Okay, now we got it right. I went to watch Brian's
The white
stream
glare
again.
of the blank page in front of me hurt my
Well,
eyes.
you're watching me right now.
My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's my storm. I'm taking it. We're on a comeback.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, Annie. Have a good night.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair.
Come out and face the music, Birch! It's time to pay
I
the
had to get to
piper.
Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Typewriter acid, Bert. Since you're so tough,
The markings on the tape said they were
Now, Mrs.
recordings
Wake,
Hartman had made
can
at the
you tell
sessions
me
with his
about Alan's
patients.
problems?
I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent. He's...
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time. And he blurted out 2 days. Less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me?
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
A celebrity! They'll be looking for me! Oh, that's how you want to play it? Is that how you want to play it? Really? Okay!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out. Light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way. creator. He had no ambitions on that front, and he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Want access to thousands of applications? Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest games.
Found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Trust ammo.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Be careful! I can see them moving around! They're coming for you!
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
You'll be nice and calm all day long.
So are you killing shadow people or real people who are mind control? I have no idea, Ninja. I don't know. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. It could be either. But that was the doctor I killed. So maybe the darkness possesses them? I don't know.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money.
Hey, ahoy, Teddy.
Everything.
How's it
And
going?
Hartman
Happy
said Wake was
Friday.
important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
If so, then Alan has been on quite the murdering spree. Yeah, I don't know if it's just him and his imagination. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what the story of this game is. I'm guessing shadow people since some of them just pop out of nowhere. Could be. Could be shadow people. I don't know. It's not really. I don't really care if I don't know the story. It's kind of. It's an interesting game. It's kind of fun to play. I enjoy it. I mean, I started to pay attention, but I couldn't understand it, so I kind of just laxed and haven't really been paying attention. Yes. It's the problem I have with both game and movie stories. I just don't understand the stories and a lot of stuff, so I kind of just let it wash over me, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay, okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Is Barry gonna die, I wonder? Unless it's reading dialogue like a book. Even books I have a hard time understanding. I can't read, really, because my focus, I have to reread the same thing over and over again, so I never get through a book. And I have to reread it over and over again to even pick it up. And then I forget very easily. Who is Emil? That sounds familiar. So these, I remember these I don't think it's ADHD, no. Because I can concentrate on other things, just like my comprehension, reading, and understanding sometimes is not the best. Like, I'll have to reread stuff, and then I pick up a little bit. Oh, another guy. Another shadow person. I have any... I do have some... Here's Barry.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the locks. Barry! I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Hurry up, Barry!
Please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out! Al! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
You know, since you can't seem to focus on too long on reading, sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. No, it's okay. I just forgot if you said... No, it's not ADHD. Okay, I was going to say that it wouldn't add up since you only have like 1 or 2 symptoms. Did I ever tell you I took a class for studying mental health? No, you didn't. Which includes a course one time for disabilities and the such. Oh, that's interesting. Where'd you take that at? Barry is so done with this. Barry, yeah. Alex said he likes Barry a lot. I'm starting to like Barry too. Originally, I was going to take a computer software class. I forgot which it was called exactly. I was given an option to the class. It was surprisingly insightful for catching signs and whatnot. It was neat. Oh, cool. So you took that instead of a computer software class? Didn't end up liking it, so when I tried to get a new class... Oh, you didn't like the software class, and when you tried to get a new one, that was the option. Did you just take it for a semester? At college?
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Okay. Well, I guess we gotta find another way down.
Ah! Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
New York City.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Does he have a surfboard? Oh, he has a standee of... He's taking the standee of Al. Look at him go.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Said booby.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
It was pretty informative. You'll be surprised just how many people can get mental issues and such, either extreme or simple measures. No, I mean, I think a lot of people have mental problems, like mental health issues that aren't diagnosed. When I gather, the shadow people are called the Taken. Yeah, that I know. The evil darkness can make your stories come to life in a twisted way. Yeah. Good thing Alan didn't write stories about killer robots, big monsters, zombies, supervillains, vampires, or spooky, scary skeletons. Otherwise, he would have been over for him. There we go.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Yeah, I guess whatever he writes is coming to life by the darkness.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Just have to run like hell. Trusting no one. Trust no one in the dark.
Acids are good for your heart.
Spinal mental problems are just waved off as quirks that can be taken care of with mental focus, and therapy should just be just fine. Let's see here.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Well, Barry's gone. This game is too woke for you? That was a good one. Because of Alan Wake? Got it. That was a good one. Good one. Good one. Hey, Brain Juice. How are you? So no weapon, huh? Oh, that's fine.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Just watch Dynamite. What's Dynamite? Never heard of that. Napoleon Dynamite? Black Dynamite? Best 8 Dynamite shows. Oh, AEW Wrestling. Okay.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Rob Van Dam was on it, so was Sting. Wait, they gotta be out there. Oh, Ric Flair? Ric Flair's like almost 60.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away.
Yeah, he was on the show too.
Patience in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
Finally.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Rob Van Dam can still wrestle. Gaming might be a lost cause, but at least wrestling is getting back to form. Well, that's good. I recommend giving AEW a watch if you can. It's just like the old days. Well, that's good to hear. When I started watching wrestling, it was like good guys, bad guys, superheroes kind of like thing. And then it turned into like Stone Cold and all that stuff, the Attitude stuff. Which way am I going here? This way? No, this way. This must be it. Okay, don't step on the bear trap. Not quite Attitude Area, but it's the next best thing. Do I remember the Brood? They sound familiar. But no, I don't remember watching them. I think I have some, what do you call them? Flares. Got one shot left. I have to make a run for the house.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Ah! Please! Ah! What are you? Ah! No! I'm sorry! Ah!
The front door was locked. I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
That would be me. It's the next best thing. Do you remember the Brood? Oh yeah, Edge and Christian. I remember them. Gangrel, I don't know. The guys who wore white shirts and spat blood. No, sorry. The Jackal, I don't remember him. No. I remember the band Jackal. It was spelled like that. As it's spelled, yeah, the band Jackal was spelled Jackyl. Is he dead? He might be dead. I think he's dead.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. We'll survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Let me guess. Danny, huh? The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Venison, anybody? They're Edge and Christian are in AEW now. They're feuding now, sort of. Christian's new gimmick is effing every wrestler with a dead dad's mom and telling them he's going to be their new dad. And he's currently trying to end Sting's career prematurely. Painkiller Overdose, there's a new level where those dead cows will murder you in an abattoir. Oh, well that was it. Was that a cow or a deer? I thought that was a deer.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Was that a deer or a cow? Let me check. Oh no, that's a deer.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
This is why I don't play driving games.
As I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give them a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
They could have modeled the hood a little bit better. No, I should probably... Near. Bye-bye, sucker. Hey, Zard. Oh, jeez. Alan Wake, Alan makes a Papa Murphy's Alan take and bake. What? I don't get that. What? Alan makes a Papa Murphy's Alan take and bake. I know shake and bake. I don't know take and bake. I think I'm gonna play some Castlevania for Halloween. Castlevania Chronicles. I was thinking about playing it again. It's been a while since I played some Castlevania. How the heck do you get through here? Chronicles again. Yeah, I was also thinking about playing Chronicles 2. I downloaded it. Because I remember you mentioned that about that game, Ninja. And I have it downloaded. So either that or Chronicles 2. So, hello, where am I supposed to go? Alan Wake, Alan Snakes down to Alan Steak and Shake. Quaker Steak and Lube. That's the Wings place, you know? You guys ever eat a Quaker Steak and Lube? Haha, right after Lemon asks you not to. Nice. Oh, no. Yeah, Chronicles 2 looks kind of cool. I might play that one, or Chronicles. I do want to play Chronicles again. And I wanted to play Simon's Quest again. And, I remember you said about Chronicles 2. Or maybe it was you and Zard who told me about Chronicles 2, but... looks kind of cool. Chronicles 1 is kind of hard. I think I'll play Chronicles, one of them. I don't know which one. If I can get through Chronicles 1 quickly, I'll still play 2, or if I play 2, I still want to play Chronicles. So whichever one, I'll still play the other one. Alan Wake plays Alan Quake. No, Alan Wake is more of a Unreal Tournament kind of guy. There's also the Lacarde Chronicles. Isn't there 2 modes in Chronicles but 4 different sound? I have no idea. Oh wait, the Lacarde Chronicles. I think you mentioned this before. Game more or less like classic Castlevania games. Oh. Oh, it has a sequel, Lacarde Chronicles 2. Ephraim Lacarde? Okay, so I got Chronicles 2, I got Lacarde Chronicles 1 and 2. Nice. I think you mentioned that to me before, Zard. Isn't there 2 modes in Chronicles, but 4 different soundtracks? If you don't want to play both, play Chronicles 2. Well, no, I'm going to play Chronicles 2 sometime. I just don't know where. Lacard. Okay, Lacard. Some people really get at you for mispronunciation stuff. Jeez. There are 2 Lacard Chronicles last I checked. Yeah, 2 of them. I don't know how to download Lacarde Chronicles 1. I have, okay. Yeah, I think you did tell me. You don't know how to? You just go to the hyperlink, click on it, put your mouse on top of it, click it, and it should download, and you select your folder on your computer you want to download it to. Lacard is a mistranslation of Ricardo. Ricky Ricardo. Ricky Ricardo. So is Belmondo. Belmont's a mistranslation, or one of them's a mistranslation. One of them's called Ralph Bel. Like, I think in Castlevania 3, your hero is called Ralph Belmondo. Well, I don't know how to get to the farm. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, here. Okay, gotcha.
away from my car!
Stay away from my car? Is that what he said? Well, this is a good Halloween level.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
Oh no, Barry!
God damn.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
We have to fight them all! I can tell the fireworks from here. Help you out! Hey,
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Thanks for your help, Barry. This reminds me of, isn't there a Left 4 Dead one where there's a stage? Kind of reminds me of that.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Hold on. Oh, sorry. I have to read what you guys are saying. You have recommended the Lacard Chronicles. Also, I heard the guy who made Chronicles 2 is going to resume the Castlevania 3 Chronicles with original levels for other characters. Cool. There's no way they didn't just think Ralph was a sucky name and renamed him Trevor. Probably a translation here, because in Japan it was Ralph Belmondo, I think, right? He was still called Ralph in Symphony of the Night. Well, in the Japanese version he is. I just don't see how you could get Trevor from Ralph without deliberately renaming him. Ricardo can easily become Lacard, if translated incorrectly, from katakana. What a tone shift, yeah. Time for some cool boy points. Now all you need to do is complete this is for Alan to start grabbing a guitar. Every time he makes a sick riff, a bunch of light goes off and destroys the Taken. That would make Alan Wake cool. So I'm having deja vu. There was a game I played where you had to defend a state on a stage from attack. And it's driving me crazy now. I can't remember what it was. Like, you're on a stage and all this stuff's coming at you and you have to defend it. Was that Left 4 Dead 2? Might have been Left 4 Dead 2. Idolmaster? No, wasn't that. I never even heard of that.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
That's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
You know 2 songs from Idolmaster? Well, it looks like there's some kind of crane pulley system. It looks like we got a power up there. Okay, well, I played video games. I can figure this out. Got a ladder here. Go. Jump over here.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al? I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right. My way, I'm so all day long. I'm always dancing. Indeed, it makes me.
I think I see what you did there. You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so. As the deputies hauled Wake and Wheeler away, Agent Nightingale eagerly examined the stack of papers Wake had been carrying. It was incomplete, a collection of random pages, but there was enough. He saw his own name in there, among others. His hand shook with emotion. Finally, it was proof. He had been right all along.
all out with this Viking crap, didn't they?
A Viking boat.
Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Sleep. We all spend a third of our dreams in that soft embrace, somewhere between
Hey,
fantasy
remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
or vice versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl...
Man, I haven't watched Night Springs in years.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, Barry likes it. Look, he's into it.
What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat...
Night Springs. Night Springs. Zombie?
Precisely. So we wait till he...
Bottoms up on a night spring. Fill my cup.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us. It's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Uh-oh. Okay, well that's Night Springs.
It's 1976.
Good
Madness
year.
reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Night Springs, the Claws of Sutik. Isn't that a video game? That Sutik sounds
The
familiar.
Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
The Old Gods of Azeroth, the 1975 Ragnarok tour, be awed by celestial wrath and fury. Seattle, Bakersfield, Long Beach, New York City, Newark, New Jersey, Detroit, Michigan, Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, New Orleans, and Baton Rouge. It's a game I own?
I think we can make it through here, Al!
I'm on a night train. Chicken coop. Feel me poop. I don't recognize the name of that game. Night Spring, The Claws of Oh, Nightshade! For NES. I gotcha. Yeah, I want to play that sometime. For NES, yep. Yeah, because the subtitle for that's like Sukith or something like that. That's right. Bingo, full marks. Of course. Who do you think you're talking to? I wish I had a flashlight that made objects vibrate. I bet you a lot of women do too. Heyo. I'm talking to the guy who didn't get the joke for 4 minutes. Well, I was in the middle. I'm trying to fight shadow people here. You want me to get a... Oh!
Those geezers had quite a production going on.
Moonshine.
If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
The door was barred from the other side. I'd have to find another way.
Thanks for your help, Barry.
Be careful, Al!
Careful's my middle name.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Barry did nothing wrong. Alan Careful Wake. That's my middle name. Barry's kind of a...
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking
Got a ham radio station up here.
Boys, how busy are you now?
Pun lovers doesn't get choked.
I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Rogue really brings the room together.
It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but... Definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now.
Alan Wake can't take much more.
Two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
You could just open the door. You don't have to kick it.
Got to be kidding me.
There are 65 billion.
Well, can I blow up that? Alan shaken. Do the Alan shake. Yeah, no, F that. A freaking thresher came at me. Oops, sorry, Alan. A thresher. That's what that was called, a thresher. Open the silo for Barry.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Hey, Barry.
Hey, let's go, man.
And what does the thresher do? It threshes corn. It allows farmers to be more productive.
Looks pretty heavy.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there.
crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
I suppose corn is yeah, it's in everything. It's a sweetener. It's in corn dogs. America uses a lot of corn. Old gods know the no. Old gods know the truth. There's also cereal. Cereal is corn-based, rice-based, wheat-based. A lot of classic cereals switched their ingredients over to corn-based or rice-based. Look at that. Is that a chainsaw in the tree? I have a feeling we're gonna have to hold off a attack of the Taken in this house.
Lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
America used so much corn it now affects their own DNA. Really? What? Uses so much corn now. It was cheaper than using sugar, but yeah, it was very cheap. Yeah, yeah. Corn syrup. I mean, I like regular sugar. If I'm gonna eat something sweet, I'd rather just have regular sugar.
Come on, Adam, let's get the lights on, huh?
Don't rush me, Barry. Gee, God. There's no GFCI receptacles on this counter. And that window is way too low. See, look at how low that window is. This house is not built very good. There's no outlets on the walls. The window goes the whole way down past the cabinetry. That's not good. This room's okay. No outlets on the walls either. There's no outlets. They forgot to model the outlets. The idea was to make sure there was no food shortage, but of course capitalists loved the cheapness of corn syrup. They went. A gas stove doesn't have an outlet near it. How about that? Well, no, I'm talking about on the counter of the sink, kitchen, cabinets. There's no outlets. There's no outlets anywhere in this house. And see, that window's going way too low. You don't put a window down below the cabinetry like that. That is a gas stove, though, yeah. But that still doesn't explain why there's no receptacle outlets.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at
I want
the
a
clinic. They seem to slip away a
compilation
lot,
where
like
Brian
with the
talks
waste.
about infrastructure of video game places. Yeah, I could do that all the time. It just bugs me. It's like you're putting all these millions of dollars in games, but you don't model the...
Again.
Hey,
Alice's
John.
screams
Stopping
rang
in?
the stillness
Hello?
of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream.
Happy Friday,
This was
John.
the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
I know next to nothing about this game, same here. I kind of dislike works named after the main character because they don't describe the work at all. Interesting. Like Veronica Mars, Ted Lasso, Alan Wake, Serious Sam. Well, Serious Sam, I mean, that's kind of describes him. He's serious and he's Sam. Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. I never thought of it that way. I mean, what genre of game is this? Even it's survival horror, walking simulator, with a little bit of action. I've actually never played a walking simulator. It's Awake-like. Yeah, I stopped in a few times this week and I haven't seen any action. Did you ever get your heat back on? Okay, first of all, you don't put the fuse box on a second story. You don't put the fuse box on a second story of a building in a bedroom. That's not... God, come on, Remedy. Do walking simulators have to be first person? I don't think so. I've never played one. I don't even know what that term means. I guess you just walk? Is that what it is? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's been on. Nice. Good. I know it was off there that one weekend. They ever fix your roof? Yumi Nikki is derided as a walking sim, but it is not first person. Yumi Nikki? If you're going to have a house with wiring, you might as well go the whole way through. Brian. What? I didn't say that. Yumi Nikki is a 2004 action-adventure game created by Japanese developer Kikiyama. Player gains a girl named Madosku and explores her dreams, collecting 24 effects that change her appearance and equipment. It's an RPG. You should dedicate your YouTube channel to nitpicking houses in video games. That would be a good... Yeah. Who would watch that? Most AAA games have walking simulator moment. Oh, where you just walk around? I guess they do. I guess this does too. Played a few hours of Dear Esther because it was free. I've heard that's the quintessence. I've heard of Dear Esther. Any opinions on Mega Man? Well, I don't think that's a walking simulator. That's like saying most movies have moments of dialogue. Well, I think most new games are more production to be movie-like instead of game-like, right? House and video game. Shit, dang it. Madoshku. Too hard. Too hard for me. I respect him though. Okay. Yeah, what about the title Mega Man? Mega Man or Rock Man? Which do you like better? I like Mega Man better.
Can you hear
Okay,
that?
also...
Music?
Of course. We need to find where
Well,
it's coming
that's
from.
okay. Usually
That's the
there's...
message the
Okay,
Andersons
it's fine.
talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's her face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
Mega Man is descriptive, Rock Man is not. Okay. I refuse to put a space. It's always been Mega Man to me, damn it. I have a new game coming on Monday, guys, for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
I'm sorry about that. No, seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard,
I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al.
sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, god damn it.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want.
How many guys are here?
I know.
Just two, Barry and Alan.
It's gonna be okay.
Barry's like his
We're gonna
agent
make
or
it up.
something from New York or something? I don't know. Barry Allen. Isn't that a famous guy?
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in this study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
No, I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious, and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
There's an old town road with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a light to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his happiness, and he read.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true.
My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about...
Bright Falls is a little slice of Americana.
But let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Town like any other town.